Religion. If you've been keeping up with the SRP Radio podcast, then you probably know that right after the recession hit and I went completely broke, the first job I could get was as a parking valet. For a year and a half, I parked cars with people whose parents are younger than I am. At one of my regular locations, a family restaurant in the South Loop, it was a common occurrence for me to prevent 2-year-olds from running into the street. I used to joke to one of my coworkers that saving a toddler was worth, at least $1 tip, right? One Sunday afternoon, as I was parking a car for an Hispanic gentleman, a sermon by Joel Osteen was playing on the stereo. Now, I've had more than my share of evangelical sales pitches for one lifetime. Nevertheless, his words on the topic, "Your life is divinely orchestrated," resonated within me, perhaps in part because I'm a composer. I sat and listened for a while. Osteen's thesis was that God gives us not only the right friends, but also the right enemies. He lays obstacles in our path in the form of rejections, betrayals, and other ass-whoopings to keep us on the path to our destiny. My take on this theme is that life is a maze of hallways and doors. Some doors are locked, others are open, and we're curious about what lies beyond. But the doors close before we can cross the threshold. Sometimes our friends, co-workers, and even the girl of our dreams are partying hard behind one of those doors, and we want so badly to join them. And even though our names are on the guest list and we know all of the people inside, the bouncer won't let us in. "It's not fair," we cry, and often it's not. Well, all of this has gotten me to wondering about the many schools I didn't get into, the workplaces from which I was turned away, the social circles into which I didn't fit, and the beautiful women who never gave me the time of day. Maybe I wasn't smart enough, or good enough, or cool enough, or hot enough. Or maybe I was all of these things, and the gatekeepers were simply unperceptive. Or maybe it was none of these things, and God had better plans for all of us. And that brings me back to the overly adventuresome 2-year-olds. Every time those toddlers would toddle away from their parents toward the street on the sidewalks in front of those restaurants, I would step in front of them. Sometimes they would try to get around me and we'd make a game out of it, until their parents would realize that but for the grace of a valet, they might have lost their child. I am seemingly blind to many of the closed doors into which I run big nose first, which leads me to conclude that often, I clearly don't know what's good for me. I am a 2-year-old, and God is a valet.